Who will play Blythe in the final on Sunday? That's our question today. Welcome to the second semi-final of Roulette Freestyle, hosted by Rudy, presented by Providence, and this time between ChromeX and ChrisX3 for indeed that spot in the final. Join me today on the shoutcast is Mando. Welcome.
Hello everyone. Looking forward to this one.
Me too. CX versus CX. I think they do have some history. I didn't quite have time to look up their history. I remember both of them starting in RR4 when HITMAN 3 came out, so they are kind of these new kind of people who became the veterans slowly. So just nice to see their adventure through the months and more than a year now. And of course, in many tournaments and community events they entered, and now they are meeting yet again for that final spot in Roulette Freestyle.
So I'm just having a quick look at their stats against one another. They don't actually, I don't think they've actually met that many times, by the look of it.
Yeah, probably just hyping up for no reason, but
there you go. I can find one game so far. RR5. Chris took it 4-2 against Chrome. That's
so quite
seems to be the only one I can see.
Yeah, it could be a decider here, which would be in a 5-map affair, but we have to start somewhere, which is Haven. Folding knife thrown as a lifeguard, any starfish as the butler, and pistol elimination as the personal trainer are the three conditions here. And of course, just in case someone's new here, in Roulette Freestyle the conditions are not assigned to a specific target. This means that you get to choose which disguise, weapon, kill combination you use in each target. So here we have it.
I think I'd still be tempted to start Villa Guard. Sorry, not Villa Guard, Villa Staff here, which is what Chris is going to opt for by the look of it. I think getting the Starfish Butler kill on an isolated Tyson is probably the way to go.
Yeah, and Chris has he has said before, and it's very true. That was close. Very true here as well. That Roulette Freestyle generally allows for more strategies, just more approaches in general, but funny enough in Haven you always tend to go towards that Villa Staff start to get any Tyson kill out of the way. He's a bit slower in this strategy. He's worried about the wall hack once Tyson enters, so he just goes for the other closet further away from the wall, so gets the body hidden, and that will be a very straightforward isolation for him.
Yeah, so Chrome has started personal trader, but he is heading straight over to the villa as well. So he might not lose out too much depending on what he wants to do here. He might do the peekaboo at the front gate.
Yeah, lots of approaches when you have these hostile disguise in the villa area. You can also approach the cinema and then just use 3 distractions to lure those 3 people in the cinema one by one, but we will see the third approach here, and ChromeX is going for the straight triple target server lure.
Yeah, interesting choice with the disguises here.
Yeah, he has the trainer down here, and the butler is a couple floors above, but not at the other end of the map. The lifeguard will be a bit of trip to get, but I think Chrome is a big advocate for server lure, so he would try to do this most often, and see if it works out.
I mean, if anyone knows if it's viable, it's going to be Chrome.
Exactly.
He does know his stuff when it comes to server lures. I'm just trying to remember where the folding knife is. I think that is down in the server. Is it in one of the lockers? I think, isn't it, in the
yes,
in the bottom area? Yeah.
And that should be the only folding knife. So from that regard, I think it's a really good start for the server lure. And
yeah, it makes more sense now that I've remembered that that's down there. It's not too bad. The only thing you'll have to really travel away for now is to go and grab the lifeguard.
Yeah, especially with the starfish being available in the villa grounds, the upper floor, Ludmila's bathroom, for example, which I think was definitely one that Chris should have been going for, and gets the first kill already, gets the silence pistol for that pistol elimination, and we'll be going down to the server room and that locker which we've talked about. Camera.
Yeah, and then I think we'll as Chrome crash. Yeah, Chrome crashes.
Wow.
He has ChrisX3 has outdone He's being outdone, I should say, by Chrome.
Battle of the Crashers. And yeah, did
Oh,
expect...
by the way, Chrome, you need to sort your desktop out. Chaos. Yeah, it's unfortunate there because he knew what he was doing. He got straight in.
Yeah, he had it ready, and I think he's... Yeah, he's mentioning it as well in the chat that crashes constantly today. And was hoping it's only connected to the elusive target, which he has done previously, but if it's that consistent, it could be similar to Chris's situation. And this is getting really frequent now, with Blythe getting 2 crashes in one match in the other semi-final. This is getting annoyingly frequent now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems to be becoming a problem. I must admit, it's not something I've run into myself, fortunately. I don't know whether or not it's the hardware these guys are on. I know Chris normally thinks it's because he's on AMD, but I think Chrome looked like he might be on NVIDIA hardware, so I'm not sure if it's just a game thing. But as far as I'm aware, there's not been any patches for a while, as far as I'm aware.
Sadly not, and the next one is not really being announced just yet.
Yeah, I think the only thing that we've heard from the next patch is the inventory 200 item bug is apparently going to be fixed. Apparently. Yeah. Which, whilst is good, I mean, I would like some performance patches, but there we go. But yeah, Crumb's back in at least. He is going to follow the same thing he did last time by the look of it.
Yeah, a good 4.5 minutes behind. If there is a crash by a participant, then I'm not quite sure if it's automatic, but it's fairly usual that we allow the photo finish window to be extended to 3 minutes, so that means that Chris has an even bigger advantage, so we'll see if that will happen now. Chris is happy about that very late seeker shot, which will save his run a bit.
Yeah, it seemed quite a slow crash for Chrome as well. He didn't get back in game super quick. So I'm not sure what will happen there, but it definitely wasn't a quick crash, put it that way. Let's see, Chris is going to grab the lifeguard, so I think he must be planning a lifeguard kill with the folding knife, which he of course already has now on Bradley.
Goes extra safe with the Trank. I think for all the right reasons in Haven Island.
Yeah, I think he knows he's got the inventory spare, or inventory space spare.
Wow, after all this, he gets the target lockdown, but should not be...
Yeah, he should get away with it.
Yeah, a bit scared about him pausing, but I think he just double-checked the condition, if it was right or wrong, and he has the personal trainer kill to go, and we'll be starting with Ludmilla, it seems like, and then probably getting the trainer quickly. With the emetic device you got 90 seconds of her puking, so probably plays a role in this one. It's a live kill though. So
yeah, he'll have to be careful getting his personal trainer as well, because I think he must be planning on... I'm not sure if he had a Seeker or a Trank shot left actually. But if he does have a Seeker, he'll send them down to the bathroom, of course. He'll have to make sure he gets them before they see the guard.
Okay, so Seeker in hand, that is good for him. And it will take quite a bit for the trainer to go down. I think he will have enough time to drag those bodies away. That might be the other toilet stall, instead of like hiding them.
Yeah, he should have plenty of time down there, to be honest.
But
it's normally quite a slow path anyway.
Yeah, shouldn't be too slow, or Chris cannot afford it to be too slow, because Ludmilla is on the timer with the live kill. And I believe that's a hit, and that's in his body, so after the question mark going away, which is quite a bit of delay, but he will get the disguise. And Ludmilla is in position, so 90 seconds have begun. Wow, it's going to be frustrating for him.
He can't isolate either, of course, because it is an elimination kill, so it is effectively a live kill.
And
I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm not sure he has much of a backup either.
He has the snail, which if you get him an early disguise, you won't wait until he's in the store, perhaps. I'm curious which is the best part for him. I think he will just hide the body instead and can't really make it much quicker.
Meanwhile, Chrome's had some issues with the server laws. Bradley has managed to get down to the server room floor, because he went for a throne distraction and it was picked up by a random civilian instead. So he's gonna have to figure that one out. But again, I'm sure if anyone knows how to fix that, it'll be Chrome. He's having some difficulties grabbing Tyson as well. He has got the whoosh, I think, is what's done it for him.
As soon as he gets the live kill with the personal trainer, just two more chaos to go, so I think he will be happy about the Tyson kill, and then hopefully get Steven back, as Ludmilla is off the hook. She has finished puking, so I'm worried about Chris's backup now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure what Chris might even be best still trying to start the server law. Oh, he has got a snail. Actually, I've just seen in his inventory there. So maybe or not, there's something he can work with there. I'm not sure. I think he's definitely going to struggle.
It's going to be really difficult to do this without thematics, because he has now officially out of Seeker Darts. I think I was going to say if a peekaboo works here, but Ludmilla doesn't enforce the side room. And
this is
another crash by Chrome.
Yeah.
Oof. I'm not sure if this is playable territory for Chrome. If he gets 2 crashes in one map.
Yeah, it's not looking good so far, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know where all these crashes are coming from.
I don't know either, and if there are any fixes for them, that would be very much appreciated. But I think the only sort of resolution we've found is that Blythe restarted his PC before map 5 and he didn't get a crash for map 5, but that's not a lot of evidence or sample size, sadly. So that would be my suggestion before map 2 to do a full reboot. But if that doesn't solve the crashes, I don't think his game is in a playable state.
Excuse me? Okay.
Chris with a really interesting setup here, out in the open but concealed in the bushes. We'll be throwing the snail to turn away one guard. And Ludmilla is sort of isolated, but not quite. He is worried about that little bar where the doctor stops eventually. Ludmilla cannot be eliminated here. This is way too risky. 11 minutes in for Chris. This is not a frequent territory for experienced Haven player like him. But he's doing really well with the improvisation so far.
Yeah, he might also, of course, have seen Chrome saying that he's crashed, so he might know he has even more time to work with.
Is that those bloody kids messing around again?
Oh, peekaboo. After the throw not working, but Ludmilla won't investigate this area.
Oh, it's nothing. Excuse me?
Yeah, I was going to say, she just seems to be standing on the edge of the pool there.
Yeah, it's an area where she doesn't want to go. Which kind of means the cycle is not looking good for him.
But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if she. He might have a very split second where he's got time in the massage area here. Because I think when she heads to the sort of back, he might
Sure I'm not disturbed.
be able to make something work. I don't know though.
Excuse me, no access, sir. Look, you
So the big question is if the guard comes in there watching Ludmila change, which would be kind of creepy, but I think that happens. I think we see now.
Miss Petrova sets up
Yeah, I
a
think he
spa.
might.
Please talk to her.
He might.
I'm sorry, sir.
When he misses the window, can he do a late distraction or will it be just the guard who reacts? 3 question marks.
Let's check that out quickly.
And Ludmila goes for it.
Need to book a time with Miss Petrova. She
Yeah, this is it's a guard who's going in, so he will be able to take down a guard safely here. Because as far as I'm aware, no one really ever goes back into this room, other than Ludmila herself, I believe.
I'm calling to make sure the accounts are prepared.
Yeah, I mean,
No. He doesn't suspect anything.
one way to salvage this. Oh, Ludmila won't be alone anymore. So if the body is found by Ludmila, she will make a sound when she investigates, and that may lure others around. But
Like you taught me.
I think when Ludmila changes back, that's the one way to do this.
So useful, but
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he hasn't really got any other opportunities, so it's worth trying at the very least. I think Chris realises that he's got to try and make the spin work now, because he was, even without this crazy stuff, it was already looking a fairly long Haven spin. Not crazy long,
please don't tell
but
her. Miss
enough that a restart might cause more problems.
Okay, so she does isolate herself in that Sparia, but for how long is the question?
Yeah, so there is another Monsieur in there, but he could knock them out. But he's gonna. I don't know if he could throw an item at the at one of the walls to turn everyone around. Which, that's literally what he's doing. Gonna make a break for it.
Oh, and she gets found just passing. The bed didn't conceal him enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say those beds look like they're only sort of half the size. Unfortunate rip.
Wow. And it changes so much
staying
then.
at the villa anymore.
Yeah, what he might opt to do now is potentially try and use his remote emetic on the trainer instead, because he will have the disguise from Bradley's guard, and he could use the Seeker Dart once he's in the personal trainer on Ludmila, just to buy himself that extra time required. We shall see. We see Chrome going back to the server lot. Hopefully no more crashes. I have spoke to him in Discord and just told him to just try going into sort of exclusive full screen, because when I did have crashing problems a while ago, that did help me slightly. But I think
Stuck at 331 is not a good sign. He's back.
yeah,
into
it just
crashing.
crashed again.
Oh man.
This
He's getting
yeah,
really
I'm not
ridiculous.
sure this is playable for Chrome at all now. You can't get even remotely far enough into the spin to get this to work.
No, not at all. I don't see a way either.
I'm not sure what the plan will be for this one either. Yeah, we can see now actually, just on a note, that he is actually on NVIDIA hardware, so it's not even the AMD issue that Chris seems to have. So what's going on, I'll never know. I wish I did.
Yeah, me too. This means that there are 3 players now with multiple crashes during competitions. This is not a good sign for the game and its playability, to say the least.
especially with RR8 just around the corner as well.
Indeed.
It's not looking good. But, yeah, it's not what anyone wants to see.
Tyson Williams eliminated.
We are 20 minutes into the spin now, and I don't think
Remaining.
Chrome's really made it more than, I don't even know, maybe 5 or 6 minutes into a run before he's had a crash, and that's his longest time.
Yeah, I think multiple have died just over 3 minutes into the run. Then I think there was one with 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
He has not ripped by himself, he has always ended his run because of a crash.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering if it was just map specific, but he did say it was happening on the elusive target as well, which I think is it in Sapienza, I think?
I
Or
think the
something like that.
deceivers were just added, so it's the two Sapiens and ETs indeed.
So, as I say, it's not even map specific, so it's not looking good. But we shall have to keep fingers crossed that the issue just sort of magically fixes itself, as unlikely as that is.
Yeah, I think this is similar to Chris trying and trying again in Dubai and then having none of it after a good half an hour. So I guess we can hope for the best. I'm personally not too positive, but I guess let's just see.
Yeah, so he is going to still go for the silver lure anyway. So he clearly knows that he can make it work. He's just crashed again, I think. Yeah. Not even a 90 seconds into that one. Going to try and update his drivers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, assuming Chris can take map 1, he will get the advantage, but I'm assuming we'll have an intermission between the second maps.
I think it's only fair, yeah, if Chrome is back in a state where he thinks the game is fine, so his updated driver isn't back to streaming, of course, but I think ongoing maps shall not be disturbed like this. As horrible as this is, Chris did have the lead, which is now turning into a 4.5 minute lead and after one big restart. But
Chrome's saying if he can't get it to work, he'll apparently must own the game on PlayStation as well, so he'll try and do it from there.
That is some dedication, though, and appreciated that he keeps trying, and of course he has the means to continue another platform, which is not many can say. Oh,
I do actually. I technically own it 3 times, but none of them are any use. But one of them is Stadia, but I have nothing unlocked, so I would offer it to him, but he would be at quite the disadvantage.
Perhaps for that Zero Master tournament, which will be hosted maybe wherever.
Yeah, I would. Maybe I should start to level that at some point, just as a backup.
Yeah, it's a good couple hours to get it to max on a good couple maps. So I guess we'll see. Chris is dropping the emetic device this time, indeed, and won't be delaying.
It will, like I said, that will allow him to. Well, he's also done it earlier in the spin, so not only will it allow him to make sure he's got time to get over to Ludmilla, he'll also have a Seeker Dart spare, which is normally fairly safe.
Okay, lots of developments at the same time. He has to look out for the Seeker timing for Steven, who has started puking, I think, a good 30-40 seconds ago, and it's only 60 if you have the Seeker. I'm not sure where the personal trainer will be. Oh, there it is. And lucky for him, he doesn't get stuck on the stairs, which he did for me sometime. But he has the disguise, and well, this is GRB possibility, especially with the lockdown. So, but gets it down. So thankfully, reverse jinx worked and gets the live kill out of the way, and has the lifeguard disguise, has the folding knives. It's just a very straightforward restaurant isolation.
He did also save a couple of darts there, because he last time he tranked the lifeguard and he didn't this time. I think he might have saved one earlier in the run as well, so I think he has quite a lot of darts available now. I assume just in case.
Yeah, I think one is all you need. But of course this is a bit late for the restaurant, so he can get her down the stairs, which is even closer to the bathroom, so there won't be any issues about the pathing. And as long as he's concealed, I think this guard will stop really close to him, but okay, works out. First one misses, second one hits, and that's why he had
Yeah,
so important.
it's a good thing he did save those darts.
Great.
That would have been really awkward if he'd have missed again.
And Ludmila's so close to his bathroom, and oh, facing through the door. It's even better, but I think you just take it very safe and finish this mission in the next 20 odd seconds.
Good work, 47.
No NPCs arriving here, and
Yeah, it looks
this will
good.
be out.
That's all we need to do from here.
So unfortunate for Chrome there, but still GG to Chris. He did. He's just put O. I don't think he realised Chrome's crashing's problems, but he still did well. And yeah, it's not his fault that Chrome's had crashes. So that'll be map 1 in favour of Chris. Map 2 is supposed to be Whittleton, but we shall see, depending on how this goes.
Yeah, and curious about an ETA of the driver update. If it's closer to 10 minutes or even above that, we'll just go to the idler screen. But we'll be looking at the chat as we speak.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chrome definitely looked like. I mean, he said he thinks the spin was quite free, so he must have been very confident on his server law being a quick time for him there.
Drivers will be updated in a minute, so we will wait that one out, and I guess we just watch Chrome keep trying.
I'm sure it won't take too long. Fingers crossed. Shouldn't be too bad. Having a quick look. So yeah, Whittleton Creek. I'm just having a look at the stats from these guys. Both players with the exact same win rate. Actually, they both got a 66.6%. So they've both taken 2/3 of games on Whittleton Creek. So we could be in for a good one, assuming Chrome's able to get everything working.
Ours, that's always good indication, especially when we don't have freestyle stats, but we did have one actual Whittleton Creek spin in freestyle history, and that was ChrisX3's previous run, and that was his last point against some random person, with which he won the match.
Yeah,
But,
I'm pretty sure I casted that one, and I can't even remember what the spin was. I remember it went to photo finish though, and because I think Randy knew he was a bit too far away, because I think he might have forfeited his photo finish. Seem to remember that. So it was a close map, which you'd expect from Whittleton Creek. It's usually a similar time, isn't it, on that map?
Yeah. I guess Whittleton spin in freestyle just makes it even more likely that you can make it happen for a garage isolation or Cassidy Emetic, which would be around the same time, and I assume it was something like that for both of them, but I didn't see the match. I know it ended minutes before Improv Royale began last Sunday, so Chris was able to join a couple minutes late because of it. Or after that. Chris with the black screen. Got all of it.
I was going to say, I don't know if he's just crashed, ironically.
I think it would be the first time that both players are crashed out of the game. I think it's fair to say that Chrome is in a state like that.
Yeah, it would be it'd be an interesting one if it's just, both players crashed when it goes to photo finish. That would be not fun, I think, is the way I'd have to say that one.
Yeah, and Chris is back in the IOI screen, so that tells a lot, and Chris will be mentioning in chat real soon, I'm sure.
piece crashed as well. It's
The NVIDIA installer crashed for Chrome. This is just really not working out for these players.
yeah, as I say, it's just not destined to be.
And I suppose this is the first Hitman gameplay from Chris since that fateful Sunday. And if that's the only solution, which I quote, is fully scrub my PC of my drivers and reinstall, that won't be a quick solution by ChromeX, but I guess he can go to console, which is still an unfortunate nerf for him.
So I'm trying to bully Chris into giving us some content as well. I'm trying to get him to speedrun for us. I'm gonna speedrun Whittleton, but yeah.
Yeah, let him play anything. I'm not sure if he has a spin on mind or strategy, but I guess we'll see. Calmer pistol.
Definitely got something. He looked like he had his loadout set to the exterminator sedative sort of isolation on Cassidy, I think is what he had there.
Right,
He's
it's
going to
also
go for something.
nice quick way. I think he's going for the more difficult disguise, the politician and his assistant as prep.
We're running this mission with very little
Yeah, he
upfront
definitely
intel,
is. Yeah,
but these
he's going for the
locations could
politician.
provide
So he's.
clues to help you obtain the information
I
you
don't know if
need.
he's just doing a random one in his head or. Yeah. He did actually distract that upstairs window, and
Yeah,
they
despite
just
the
decided to
distraction.
completely ignore him.
That's not great. Not promising. I guess the nothing's working scenario is back.
I'm wondering, have IOI done some kind of April Fool's update and just forgot to roll it back?
Well, at least that's some updates for the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, we've not even had much of a map, have we, for April? It was basically just the, is it the Deceivers, did you say? I think that's the name of the elusive target or something. That's pretty much the only April content. Everyone seems to be thinking that's because we're getting Freelancer in May, but we shall see. That should be pretty. I mean, at least it's more content. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. But
Yeah, I have lots of feelings about like what happened or why did it happen, like without any content for April. I think you can like backtrack it to the urban contract on April 1st, and then the Easter featured contracts, and then I think it's only the Deceivers, maybe one more elusive target, but not even a roadmap for some reason, just retroactively making it so with the last two pieces of content, which included the Free Sapienza update, or Free Sapienza downloadable content for anyone who doesn't have the game. Should be -2 people in this chat, but you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's April seems to be a bit of a last-minute thing, but there we go. It's done now. And hopefully we get a May roadmap quite soon, or quite quick, I should say, in the month, rather than waiting sort of 3 weeks in just to find out there's only one elusive target coming.
Yeah. ChromeX, do you have an update for us? He's in the game playing Hitman 3 for the last 1 minute. I guess he's just immersed in the game and not crashing.
So I've got my fingers crossed. It would be it'd be nice to get back on track. I mean, I guess he could really find out. He'd probably be able to find out quite quick if it was going to fail. He was his longest run, I think we said, was like maybe like 4 minutes. He crashed.
Ooh, crashed 111.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think all these guys need to uninstall their drivers and reinstall them. Sounds like that's quite a problem for everyone.
User joined your channel with a nice observation. Anthony Trout, the elusive target, and then 2 of the people in the party house are Albert and Penelope Trout. It's It's a nice trivia knowledge as well as, I guess, target knowledge, or like NPC knowledge to be exact.
I misread that at first, and I thought it said one of the developers is called Anthony Trout. I thought I was going to say. I thought he just added himself to the game.
There are developers in the game, like a couple.
Yeah, I thought he'd just like done it sort of, and done it without asking, and just tried to get it in unnoticed.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple more. I know Clemens is in there, like Clemens Co. In House Built on Sand. I know. Oh, what's her name? The New York developer, Mete, is in Bangkok as a civilian near the bar area. But I couldn't tell anymore. Yeah, totally useless, but
One of those facts, random knowledge, not a bad thing.
yeah. We are shooting for 39 past the hour. It should be 4
Yeah, I was going
minutes.
to say Chrome swap into PlayStation, which he didn't sound super confident about. He did say that he struggles to run in a straight line on console, so I'm interested to see how this goes.
It's a different experience, I can believe him. He does have a tournament experience, playing both brackets in R7. Didn't go all too far in console, but I think that's like the controller experience taking a bit of strength out of him, because he has a lot of game knowledge and lots of experience, and I guess yeah.
Yeah, I've just forgot how to use a controller. I was a console guy for many years, and now I'm just useless. I don't even know how. I can't get him to work at all. My head and my hands just don't connect.
This would be so hard for me to get into Hitman on console or controller.
I think I was going to say the only controller games I play now is racing games.
Yeah, same.
That's about all I can do, and that's only because on keyboard and mouse racing games are just the worst.
Fenium did have a soulmate in the semifinals with this one, as of course Fenium is on console, and ChromeX will be joining him now for, I guess, 1.5, or as Fenium says, 2 console players for the semifinals. They can meet up in the third place match, or ChromeX will of course turn it around for a win, and of course the winner of this one plays Blight, and the loser will play Fenium in the third place match not tomorrow, Sunday, 2 days from now.
Just had a quick look at my Stadia. I could have offered offered use of Stadia for Whittleton, because I'm actually mastery 20 on Whittleton.
Hey.
But it would have been no use on all the other maps, because they're like 5 or 6. I was going to say, if I had some decent mastery on those maps, I would have messaged him and said he could use it, but I don't want to make him suffer on the others. I'll have to power level those to 20. Just have a backup.
I guess it's so sad that you need a backup for competitive Hitman, but
yeah, that's true.
there we are.
True. So yeah, spin should be just over a minute now anyway. So fingers crossed that
yeah,
all goes well for Chrome now.
I give a big refresh for Chris, and I guess both of them just in case, but Chris has had some buffers on my end, but not really on his, which is the thing that I have with Twitch. But both of them seem to be ready, and we can continue hopefully with map number 2 of the second semi-final.
Yeah, I was going to say, fingers crossed now where Chris doesn't start crashing. That would be that wouldn't be good.
If it happens on console as well, he needs to look into his internet provider at that point. Well, like what is their common, some cable issues, I guess.
God only knows. It does. It is unfortunate, isn't it? Mid tournament. I mean, it's annoying when it happens anytime, but when you're actually playing, it's frustrating.
And there was no way for us to even make it fair. Like, we have had situations with where one player crashed once, and we could still take the actual time played to get a result, but Chrome was just in an unplayable situation. Hopefully it is better now for the second map. What have you got, Mando?
We have got a loud SMG as a Janus's bodyguard, and some thrown scissors as the mailman. So, by Janus's bodyguard, just for anyone who's relatively new-ish, that's not Gunther. That's just one of the many other guards who roam the house.
The loud can be tricky, but with the bodyguards up there having the loud SMG, I think it's a fairly straightforward isolation of upstairs. With a gramophone or without, it's perfectly fine either way. You can try to get the mailman as the start and just get to the room a bit later. I think the gardener start is the one that makes the most of sense. I guess the main question is, will they go for Janus first, or will they go for the mailman first and then isolate Janus there? Yeah, it's a very easy kill for him.
And then, of course, they will have to go over to Helen's house, because that's where the scissors are on the map.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only the one pair. I think they're upstairs, aren't they? Near the robes, or it's in the next over room, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to call it
the one with the attic.
I used to call it hobby room, but there's like nothing indicating that it's called that. But so it's not her bedroom, but the opposite room, which leads up to the attic. Yeah.
As you say, it's where Janus's gramophone is, but in her house, to whatever that room is called, basically. Yeah. So it's not clear. So we have seen different strats again, though. So Chrome has gone garden. I think both of them might have gone garden to start, but Chrome's gone straight in to grab the scissors, whereas Chris opted to grab the mailman first.
Oh,
so I think Chris must be planning to. I think both players will probably take out Janus with the loud gun. I think it is just a bit easier. Actually, no. Thinking about it, Cassidy probably is just as easy, because there's boxes available in both the garage and Janus's room, but there's just you get a little bit more time from killing Cassidy in the garage. But there's red guns for Chrome trying to grab the mailman.
Yeah, that's a big restart for him, especially in a short map like this. Even it was just a minute or so, and he will start with the mailman this time. We almost saw some sync. I thought they would both isolate Janus after having one item of the other kill. Chris with the mailman disguise and Chrome with the scissors, but that wasn't the case. And now Chris with the KO on Janus. I think he will go down, perhaps, to get rid of the evidence
photograph
and get the first clue indeed.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he knows it'll cause a panic in the house, having the loud gun go off. So he's even going to take the cams out while he's here. He didn't grab the disguise straight away, so he must be grabbing it on the way back up. Not unless I was going to say, does Chris think Gunther is a bodyguard? No, as you say, and I did think Chris would know what was up.
So I was thinking that he would maybe isolate the two guards upstairs and make it a soundproof kill, because if everyone is KO'd in the house, or at least upstairs, then you are free to shoot a loud gun. And I think this is still going to be a KO spree. Okay, just keep calling Chris's actions wrong, but he's still stuck behind this one and has to go the other way around. And okay, now it will be sure that he will shoot and hide Janus.
Yeah, so he's also got a Seeker, so I assume he doesn't want to wait for the garage. I think he's going to Seeker Cassidy, as we see Chrome's just had another rip there.
Yeah, he keeps changing disguise from an angle, which can be related to like not being as finicky with the controller, but it keeps a bit unfortunate situation.
Chris got the loud kill, but he didn't move. I thought he might have waited a second and moved his mailman disguise just slightly out of the way, because he can't get it back now, because he did swap with Gunther. He's used the trank on one of the guards. I don't know if he's going to risk this.
Oh, a quick revive. He noticed the body and, well, not quickly, but very shortly got that. It's an exclamation mark of probably a third shot even. And the guard is inside and outside. It might be seen, but oh my god, he's still green guns.
What on earth just happened? How does that even work? I thought he might have just had like an extended. I thought he was going to go red guns, but no. Somehow that's worked.
If you get the guard exclamation mark, you can get away with a bit more. And I think that was that bit more of the end of the disguise change, but gets still spotted by the guard outside. It's so unfortunate, but another almost legendary moment, like the last 2 minutes of his first Haven run, just couldn't finish it out, and now Chrome in the lead by 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, so I was going to say Chris going for the mailman first again. So he snails them and then he just trunks the really irritating jogger. So I'm wondering this time if, again, I mean, Chris does seem to adapt pretty quick. I'm wondering if he might move the disguise behind the bookshelf just by juggling before he does this again.
So he's rerouting to get the scissors, and this will be now anyone's game if he goes for the SMG or the scissors kill on Janus. Still sounds very reasonable to shoot and dump Janus.
Yeah, so Chrome's gone the other way though. Chrome's decided to go mailman scissors on Janus, so he's going to go and grab the bodyguard from the basement, I assume, and use that to do the. Oh, I thought he'd just thrown that there, but no, he's pulled that off fine. So yeah, Chrome's going to go for the loud SMG kill on Cassidy instead. He didn't grab the clue yet. I think it looks like he's going to run back for it. I thought he might go for the latter instead, but he's gone back for the photo.
And I think this simplifies his strategy now, yeah.
No, I was just wondering if Chris is going to maybe change up and do the same thing. Just having a loud panic in the house can be a pain. There's plenty of options because he could just, as you said, you can soundproof the house. There's definitely plenty of options.
Oh, Gunther being... Oh, what a dance by Gunther, but I think this will work out, but misses the dart. Oh my god. We'll end up with a KO at last from the other way around, and then the target lockdown, but the kill is fine. Seen or heard by no one.
Chris has swapped around though, because so he's effectively gone for the same thing as Chrome, but it's the opposite to what he did last time. So he's going to go for the loud kill on Cassidy now as well.
This probably means garage by both of them. I think it's very safe to say Chrome will wait for that. We'll try to not to trigger the phone conversation and get the kill at.
Well, Chris still has a seeker upstairs. He smuggled it in Janus's kitchen, so he does have that as an option. I think Chrome actually smuggled in a loud SMG at the bench, looking at his map, and then he realised that he doesn't actually need it by the look of it. So I think Chris might be planning to seeker Cassidy instead, which sends him into Batty's garden. He needs to be careful of that guard there. No, he's fine. Yeah, as I say, Chrome definitely just waiting patiently for the garage ISO. He's managed to avoid the phone call.
Yeah, curious to see if this can be sped up enough by Chris. I think Chrome is safe, and not just at all, but by the 30-second window as well. It doesn't look like a photo finish just yet. It's 4 minutes 52 to 3:25 now. Minute 30 and very similar situations. Maybe Chris can get the kill quicker, but not by much, and Chrome will shoot and dump Cassidy for its second kill, and just 2 clues remaining until a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, so Chris grabbing the clues
Janus is
first,
apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit
which
with another resident of Whittleton
if he's
Creek.
planning the
James
Seeker,
Batty, the plaintiff,
won't. But
wants
even
Janus to
at that point,
stop
he
his
could just
annual
wait for the garage. Because the
funding of a
problem with
health
the Seeker actually now is, of course, he's going for the loud
Batty
kill,
claims it
because he
interrupts
wouldn't really
bedtime
have anywhere to
rest
put
and
the
squashes
body.
a frog that has
So he
visited
probably is
the
actually best
cage.
waiting
Must
for
be
the
very
garage, if you ask me. But he's going to go for the Seeker.
I think shooting from the bird bath is actually soundproof. It's no situation with the closed doors, but distance-wise, it's just the garage room is so
Right,
far
okay.
away, or he might be the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
one to react, but you are fine to
The
exit.
more you know. I mean, it might be GG anyway, because Chrome looks like he's probably going to have this.
Very
He
interesting.
is
Yeah.
only his final clue, which he's already there.
This was given
He
to
should be
James
able to
Batty
get out no
as
problems.
per
Okay, so was that eaten by the guard? I guess we'll see in a moment. Chrome is exiting. The guard is down. The 30-second has begun. But console versus PC, I don't expect this to be a turnaround by Chris. But we will
It
see
is
a photo
gunshot
finish
heard.
initiated.
I was going to say,
Yeah, from
I
the
think
gate
it's
it's too
gunshot heard
close.
from the. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's from the gate only, isn't it? But it's definitely going to be a photo finish. I missed the done button and refreshed the site. That's from
Ooh.
Chrome.
So what will that mean in terms of actual data between finishes? It's a good question.
Yeah, so much quicker in-game time for Chris. But Chrome, I think Chrome did actually have potentially. Did they have this? I think Chrome must have had a few more load times because he had quite a few issues grabbing the mailman disguise, didn't he? I mean, I think he is on PlayStation 5 by the look of it, so definitely still a reasonably fast load time. I'm not sure it'll. I'm not sure it'll be much different than Chris, if I'm honest. Be interested to see. So Chrome did press done 12 seconds earlier, even with his refresh of the website.
And this is a forfeit
Chris,
photo, so Chrome will take the point. And I think I can agree with that one. With the 12-second ChromeX lead on console, obviously new gen is a factor, but not as much as old gen. But I think Chrome did have more restarts, like 3-2. It's hard to see how Chris's PC can turn it around. So
Yeah, I was going to say, even with Chrome being on, like I said, I know it's PS5, so it's an SSD, but I just think just due to the sheer number of restarts he had trying to grab the mailman, I think that was always going to go in Chrome's favour.
yeah.
Especially with a 12-second lead going in as well. I don't think it would have made too much of a difference.
So yeah,
I mean,
both.
fair play from Chrome. It's he's swapped from PC to console. Can't be the easiest thing, but he doesn't seem to have let it get to him too much.
Yeah, I guess restart on either side. Chrome kept his composure just that half a minute earlier. I think, yeah, so it was a quicker run by Chris, but took just a bit longer to get going. And
You're in. Good work, 47.
yeah, it's 1-1 so far. And Marrakesh, I think the most featured map returns. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only the 6 Marrakesh. I was going to guess a bit more there. But
Chris is already planning his little Seeker run on Razor here. This is what he did the other day. I can't remember who it was against now. I don't know if it was Randy or the game before that I've seen Chris play, but he loves this strat, and he does know how to make it work very well. I'll say that much, because it gives him perfect time to grab Razor on his way out of the school, and he also gets to Klaus just as he's in the parking garage.
we might as well replay your commentary from a day before, because he will then dismiss this card to not spot those two, and I guess he will leave towards the other end.
Yeah, so he goes over to basically dismiss anyone who can spot those bodies, and then I think he just heads straight out to I think it's where the APC turret is. I don't really know what it's actually called, but he basically just waits here to isolate the all the people around this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, so spins at 55, so it's in about 90 seconds. So all we need is a couple of live kills, and then we've nerfed Chris. But I mean, there's a few awkward disguises. I did discuss this on my last cast, saying as soon as you get things like the what's it called, the fortune teller or the intern, and you start needing extra seekers or remote emetics and stuff like that to make everything easier. It can make it a bit tougher.
Yeah, the emetic strat, which is quite a theme by Chrome as well. I remember end of last year when people were discussing if this is meta or just niche. I think it's slowly becoming popular enough to be seen in these matches often, and it is really powerful. It has the possibility to get Klaus down at 2.5 minutes, just like the original strategy, but in the meantime, Reza is also isolated, which is good 2, 3, 4 minute advantage.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have to learn this by the look of it. This is all new to me because I've not really played much roulette recently, if I'm honest. I like user's shout. I like your prediction there. Fortune teller, intern, double life kill. I don't know if you've got anywhere to be tonight, but sounds like user wants us to be here for quite some. At least that's not the deciding spin.
Yeah, we don't have, of course, decider time limit, and we will see a finish to this Marrakesh spin in 45. At least it's not a difficult one either. Explosion accident as waiter, silent SMG as consulate security.
Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Way to start, obviously being an option. I suspect we might see that from one of them.
Yeah, and
Chris,
it's a quick waiter.
Chris still happy with the seeker start.
Yeah, and I also went into this strategy a bit the last couple of days, and if it wasn't the spin in his last round, it was his world record spin in last October. He did get a waiter after the Klaus skill, so I think he's fairly confident with emetic and then isolate, get a consulate security, silent SMG from the garage, and I guess if it's first try, then should still be about that 4 to 5 minute mark, which the general strategy would be a bit longer, but with the constant security kill, I think Chrome is also doing well by speeding this one up very much. Or will he be able to get this quickly? That's a good question.
So I didn't quite see all of Chris's loadout, but has Chris got a he's got a micro taser, I think, by the look of it. So I think he must be planning a I think he's gonna go and take his time here to go and grab a propane flask, so he can leave the explosion accident and get that done right at the very end, because he can go and get the SMG security kill on Klaus without issues. And he can then just use the car potentially if he wanted to.
I think another
for his exit.
Another very funny aspect of this is that Reza will be out in the open working, so you could even breach or drop him, which is impossible without emetics, but actual viable if he's like halfway between the consulate and the school. It won't be the case with the taser, but you can still like throw the propane, place the taser, and kill him that way. I think he's late for the isolation, but he can still get Klaus, who will be a factor in less than a minute now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks Chris looks happy to he didn't really give Razor too much of a look there to sort of suggest he's worried about timing. I'm wondering if there's something Chris has practiced something similar before, where he knows he'll have time to get in and out and still make it back with plenty of time to catch Razor.
With Razor going to the consulate, you can either do a remote kill on him, for which you can get into non-trespassing disguise and set up the propane, or you change into consulate security and do the kill in the bathroom or before. So I think this feels really reasonable to watch him go. He places back the briefcase and sets up the explosion accident. Might even be a SMG shot. He has to watch out for these guards. It's so handy that Klaus just doesn't care about enforcing.
Yeah, so Chrome's gone for the what I don't really know, the sort of normal isolation, the 230 isolation that we see, but he went too early on Klaus, so he's missed the isolation. He grabbed someone from underneath instead, which personally, I think honestly, I would probably just opt to restart at that point, because once he leaves here, the timing of Klaus is just not great.
It will be hard to figure out, but I think if he keeps him bumping and around for a while, and the other guard leaves because he's on a cycle, I think it should be just fine. So, setup for Chris. Probably gets the kill and changes into a safe disguise. He's moving the disguise around.
He's going to just use the... he's just going to do this and then run away, I think, is his plan. Razor's in the consulate now.
Yeah, he
he's
made him
go grab a security and he should be fine.
And the silence SMG key remaining, and I think he will just take back his elite soldier and then escape in the garage. But he needs the disguise fairly soon. There's a free one in that room. That's a good call indeed.
As I say, it's a disguise that no one ever really bothers to learn. Oh my giddy aunt.
But he just had to come in here.
So, I don't know how Chrome has got this to work, but he somehow looks like he's sort of managed to get Klaus back.
The very famous 405 timing. No, but I think it just kept it steady until that guard left.
Chrome has a lot more patience than me.
Than most of us, for sure.
Yeah, although to be fair, with the amount of time he's been here, he probably now could have actually restarted and pretty much got back, but doesn't matter now. It's done. Let's kill one down. So he's got Klaus down. So he's I don't know what Chrome's got in his inventory, but does he have a breach or anything? That does he look like he's going to do a drive-by or?
Good question. I don't remember his inventory.
No, I didn't quite catch it. I'm sure he'll open it up sooner rather than later. We can get a glimpse of what he's got planned. I mean, he might just go for the radio lure and just plant it and use his SMG and get out that way. But the thing is, of course, the waiter is actually a legal disguise around the school as well, so he can just walk in with a propane flask without problem. There's plenty of propane flasks on the map as well.
Lots of tiny helps with this spin, with the concealed security being allowed in the school for the most part, and the waiter in the school. Yeah, I did say it correctly. And of course the explosion accident allows for good opportunities, and Chrome with nice map knowledge of getting this waiter, but not so nice execution by getting spotted, I don't think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he'll be frustrated with himself there, just for not maybe taking a second just to... Because, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Grabbing a disguise straight away, it does have its potential flaws, and he's been hit by one there. If he'd have just taken a second there, he might have seen the guard react, because I think he might have had another trank or something that he could have tried to use.
There's
Chris is this time, he's going for a drive-by.
Drive-by with the taser, of course that's not the most often seen situation, but a very nice rethinking of the strategy, I guess. And 219 to 12, he might be slightly later for Klaus. He will not go for the disguise, he will go for the isolation, which is very smart. You'll get him at the bottom of the stairs. Going for the agency pickup first.
Yeah, I think he'll do this. I think he'll do the same thing. I think he'll try and grab. He'll isolate him down here, and then he'll go and grab the militia soldier there as well, and then he can go back up to try and grab the consulate security. Because last time he needed that to get in, and then he'll obviously just wait for that guy to actually walk back in, I suspect.
Yeah, doing it in 2-stage again, getting the lead first. Or is that just to get him out of the way, because he's not the main threat? I think it's the one working on the car. You really don't want to get a peekaboo on anyone here, because once that's on, Klaus could be found at the bottom of the stairs.
Yes, I think he does. Yeah, he just wants a militia elite by the look of it. Which, I can't say I blame him. I said it's just lets him get in without problem, doesn't it? Just to go and have a good look at grabbing the concert security. Like I said, I don't know if that guard there is cycled or if that's like a proximity thing where he goes back in there, but I'm sure he'll. Seems unlikely Chris will make the same mistake twice, put it that way. He could even just throw a distraction somewhere if he wanted to. He's gonna bump him in.
Yeah, the bump, and won't be seen through the window this time, or the wall, luckily. And
yeah, good call. So he's gonna go and grab the keys for the I can't even remember what the car's called, the sort of consulate vehicle anyway.
Yeah, it's a nice optimization, and I think the main door would be the safest. I think you will be trespassing. Yeah, Chris thinks better of it, but he's really close now to getting this Marrakesh. Hopefully don't get caught by the cameras. Always just a tiny bit of risk with these moves, but otherwise very nicely done second try.
Yeah, as you say, that should be without problem now, because you can get to that car fairly easily. It's pretty safe. Just go around the sort of outskirts there.
Yeah, it's a hostile area, but not the scariest, because not the most.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of objects to hide behind, and yeah, even get into the escape. You know, if you just sort of go slightly longer out, you're normally okay. But yeah, that's out from Chris. And, yeah, just one of those things. Chris, I mean, he didn't look like he was struggling anyway, but even on his run where he did rip, he on his I don't know if it's second or third go there, but he improvised and adapted and
overcame.
Yeah, the full Bear Grylls. But I mean, his spin time did come down quite a lot from where he was originally, just by opting to take the waiter and do a drive-by, because he knew he'd still have time to get Klaus. So just left him with one less problem to deal with afterwards.
Yep, and this makes Chris take the lead again. The score is 2-1 this time around, or in these events 1 point per win. As Mando just saying that. We've gone back and forth. Haven did feel like a draw. Very unfortunate for ChromeX not having a playable PC for the most part. Now he's on console and he's been doing really well, taking Whittleton Creek. But now Chris taking back the lead, and in Miami he could secure his final spot against the Blythe on Sunday. Want to see who played and how many Miamis. I can only see 2, and one from the first match of the tournament. The first spin of the tournament was ChrisX3 beating Zerun in Miami, so that's a good experience for him already.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at the RR stats as well, just because that's what I am now. But Chrome doesn't appear to love Miami, if I'm honest. He's 0 from 4, so I'm not sure he's the biggest Miami fan in the world. Chris is 2 from 2, so not a huge map pool there, but he appears to be the other way around. Chris seems to quite like Miami.
Yep.
So it's definitely could be an interesting one. I mean, again, it's one of those maps. To be fair, all it takes is one rip at an unfortunate time, and could flip it either way, because it is sometimes potentially a long map. Obviously, with it being quite large. So you know, if you take one target down and crash, I jinxed it now. If you rip, well, so you know, trying to get the other target on the other side of the map, it could be critical. Unless Blythe, if you're Blythe, then you just crash, and you know you still get to win. Just Blythe things. No, that was unfortunate from Blythe. But we can blame the game.
Okay, so 90 seconds until spin. I have to mute for a minute or two. If the spin goes, you can definitely take it, but I really do have to take now a break really quickly.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so yeah, as I say, I may as well. I think he did cover it there, but yeah, so 1 point per win on this one, for 0.5 for a draw, and obviously 0 for a loss. And it's first to 2.5, you know, effectively first to 3 really, but it's yeah, pretty much the same, just with the different points. That's all. I'm trying to think of some interesting Miami spins here on freestyle, because of course, with you being able to pick targets, it's not crazy. I'm thinking something along the lines of loud Florida Man, something like that. Loud elimination Florida Man would be a challenge. Neither target particularly ideal for loud eliminations, because there's no not really any good soundproof rooms, especially for a live one.
Thanks for holding on, and I guess it seconds to
so spin will be any second.
Yeah.
Just saying, I want some loud elimination Florida Man or something crazy.
I think loud pistol elimination will always be the joker, the one that most are hoping for, but do tell us what is it instead.
Yeah, not quite got that, but we've got Fire Axe Any as the mascot, and a silenced SMG Elimination as the Aeon driver. So not the mechanic, interestingly. So hopefully both players don't make that mistake. So it is specifically the driver.
Aeon driver.
I'm taking a guess and say he's probably in the driver's lounge. Is he upstairs?
He's opposite to you from Waiter Start indeed. Reminds me of the last spin of Impro Real, which was meant to be the harder one. And you can just rush him, and well, you get compromised by KOing him. But the key for him is, of course, emetic, and then he gets to a bathroom with a bit of time, and I mean, it just works really well for either of the kills. Of course, if you start Waiter, you can get that second disguise very quickly, or you can start Mascot, and this would be your other disguise, and then you don't have to worry about either anymore. But yeah, placing the emetic device is the key here.
I was going to say, Chris knew straight away. He's obviously was in Improv Royale as well, Chris. Whether or not he's got the knowledge from that or not, I'm not sure. I would say he knew straight away. He loaded in pretty quick, actually. He didn't spend a lot of time pre-planning at all.
I guess besides the silent SMG, it is any loadout you want, and that could include doesn't even have to include the silence pistol, which is the other usual item, because SMG is perfect for the laptop shot, so you can probably just use some sedatives instead. I guess we'll see the inventory very soon, as ChromeX in the mascot disguise, and we'll be using that to get to Aeon driver, and that will be his second one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst disguise to start in, the mascot, because it's not, you know, I mean, whilst it is an easy disguise to get hold of, especially with a trank, it's a little bit of a pain to get to, especially if you haven't got tranks. But I'm not sure if Chris does. I didn't see his full loadout.
So we will see his agency pickup in the Kronstadt paddock backstage area, if I see it correctly, and that might include the sedative for the mascot visuals. So I'm in the back of my mind, I believe that some journalists do find the mission story mascot eventually, but I really couldn't put a percentage on that, like how risky it would be to not use a trank on it.
Yeah, well, I thought the same. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he does get found if you just knock him out. But, well, I don't know if there's a prox trigger or something. I'm not sure how that works. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was the mission story opportunity guy, you know, the guy who's moaning about losing his... I don't know, the guy on the phone anyway in the parking lot. I don't know if it's something like if you trigger him, if he walks through or not. I'm sure someone will know. Oh, there you go. Throat, of course, knows.
That's very, yeah, thanks so much for that.
Yeah, it depends if you trigger the combo between the medic and the KO'd guy. So there you go.
So it shouldn't be the
The
end
more
of the
you know.
world. Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
47. The race is over.
that means that
Uh,
it's probably something that's doable without any loadout then. Just of course don't trigger that conversation. The fire X would be some challenge to transport, but I think if you start from the garage you just don't really come across many NPCs, so you wouldn't even be surprised to see them get the fire X transported as the mascot. I guess we'll see in just a minute or so as Chris gets the first kill, and we've had a Chrome restart and a replan. He just not exactly sure how to get the AM driver yet, I think. So he has the pistol equipped, which means that he cannot have the seeker equipped. He can have the emetic device or a snail. But
yeah, I was going to say.
oh,
Just having a quick look at fire axes as well.
oh, he bumped and then dropped the emetic device so that he's
oh
in
yeah,
the
he's
regular
just not
working.
got. He's just not. I was gonna say he's not got the animation. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I was
very.
going to say Chrome did seem to be taking that really casually. But,
Also, I didn't think that his cycle included this part of the map, so that explains that. And ChromeX is about 2 minutes behind, 2:15 behind ChrisX3, and would be hoping for a restart from the latter if he wants to get this going. But of course, a lot of the spin remaining still.
No, it's for after the racing's done.
And here's the big question of the fire X. And if these two bodies are taken care of, which is the case, especially with the hide in this stall, nice ragdoll, but this means that the fire X can be transported fairly easily now. And okay, just dropping the briefcase for no shenanigans there. And then of course the trank on the mascot will be the second disguisement. I guess lots of routes is upstairs.
I'm just having a quick look at fire axes on the map. There is actually one behind the car expo room, which would have also been quite easy to grab because there's not really anyone around there. Because he could have just taken a security disguise or something to make it safe, but
It's the same. Yeah, you guys are talking about the same fire X than with Throat.
I've just seen Throat say the exact same thing. Yeah, that's definitely the one I'd have gone for, but I suppose this does give him quite a nice path, at least, to go this way. And obviously, it is something. I think it's that window that he'll climb through going this way is that sort of weird window, isn't it, where you can carry two-handed stuff through sometimes.
Indeed.
I think
It's a big relief here.
it's
Yeah,
a bit weird. Yeah.
I guess like instinctually, it was the one that made most sense. Because if he imagined the route, especially the second half of it, he was thinking of the mascot and any fire X, and he knew that the two would be close by, and this was probably the decision because of that. But yeah, it's also a way to get there with even smaller detour. He's leaving one bullet in the firearm to not cause any panic with the distraction or the shot on the.
Yeah, I was going to say that was clever. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
I like
clever.
it.
And I never would have thought to do that, if I'm honest. I would have just, I'd have just waited and done it afterwards or something. I don't know. Yeah, very smart.
And has a very good timing on Robert with the fire X in the outside area already. So this will be 2 KOs and then a thrown fire X. Of course, any means thrown or melee.
Yeah, style points if he does it melee, of course.
Style points
Nice.
denied, but he will get that third point. The body found is by the is from the that civilian, which was Calmered, and I don't expect anyone to get there.
So assuming he doesn't get seen either crowbarring or SMG in this door open, yeah, which he's not. That's GG from Chris. Yeah. Could have been a closer game, I think, if Chrome hadn't had the issues he had on Haven with the game crashes on his PC. Because Chris, obviously, with that long run that then he ripped on and had to start over. I think if Chrome didn't have his crashes and managed to get the server lure off sort of first or even second time, it could have been a very close game. But GG to Chris, nevertheless, he played really well.
Yeah. I think it was really strong last two maps, and I guess it had a bit more restarts in the first 2 maps. It had some really good plays, so I'm just glad we got to see those as well. Well, at least on Chris' side in Haven, of course, that Haven by Chrome was very unfortunate, or the lack of Haven, and then Chris with that great first run almost saved 30 minutes in, wasn't meant to be, and then Chrome equalizing after Whittleton Creek, or during Whittleton Creek, to have it at least 4 maps, which we did get. And of course, this wasn't the last match from either of them, so I guess let's see the brackets now. We have the final confirmed. ChrisX3 versus Blythe will be on Sunday, as well as Fenium versus ChromeX for the 3rd place. This tournament has a €100 prize pool, with 50 going to the winner, 30 for the runner-up, so there is something to play there. But of course, €20 for the 3rd place finisher, and of course, I guess the chance to end on a high note between Fenium and ChromeX. Excited for both matches in 2 days. I keep saying tomorrow, but it will be on Sunday.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's the same thing. I mean, fingers crossed Chrome can get his HITMAN PC installation sorted for that, because I don't think he's a big lover of playing on console by the look of it, or by the sound of it. He's definitely not his preference, but he still did really well on console, given that he did have to swap. Yeah. I'd definitely struggle a lot more than he did, put it that way.
And on some days, against some opponents, Chris will just, or people will have a tough time to get any maps from ChrisX3, so a 3-1 on console is a very fair result, and Chrome can still finish it well against Fenium in the 3rd place playoff. But the both remaining matches will be really close to call. I'm really excited for both of those. Curious to see how the schedule will line up. Of course, now they will go into DMs. I guess the 4 participants, which includes an admin, so Chris can handle those, and Crudy as well with his own preference. Of course, we want him to have a first call on everything, so hopefully we end up with something that everyone likes.
Yeah, just to make it awkward, we've got one American in each of these games and 1 European, so we're going to end up with some crazy time zone shenanigans again, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's very about that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a problem for whoever's casting. Probably one of us, let's be honest. But,
yeah, most likely. That will be a
saying that, I think Crudo will want to do the final, won't he?
Yeah,
he deserves it.
He did say that he is ready for a long one until even 1 AM or like midnight his time. Hopefully it doesn't come to that late, but he is ready to call it as late as possible, as long as possible. The 3rd place match is 1st to 2.5, same best of 5 situation as we've had all tournament, and 1st to 3.5 in the final, which is best of 7, to determine who wins Roulette Freestyle.
Yeah, I was going to say, so potentially we could see seven whole maps in freestyle, which I mean, from what we've seen so far, I mean, hopefully we get to see some more Colorado, because we've only seen that the once. But,
yeah,
it could be in for a long one, but looking forward to it.
Me too. Been a great tournament so far, and yeah, just thanks again to Crudy for this idea and letting us host it in Providence. And yeah, a very exciting Sunday coming up to cap it off, and yeah, looking forward to that. And thanks again, Mando, for joining me.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you, Yanni, for adminning this one. Congratulations to ChrisX3 for winning the match, but also GG's to ChromeX for playing. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.